他感谢四川成都人民和组委会的热情与努力。他说，这不仅是一场体育赛事，还是一场文化盛事、教育盛事。他说，这届大运会独一无二，将成功举办并留下丰富遗产。第31届世界大学生夏季运动会在成都举办之际，国际大体联代理主席雷诺·艾德接受高端访谈独家专访，敬请收看。
关注国际焦点，洞察世界风云。大家好，欢迎来到本期的高端访谈，我是邹韵。今天我们来到了四川成都东安湖体育公园，第31届世界大学生夏季运动会在这里拉开帷幕。成都大运会将以怎样的面貌迎接八方来客？大学生运动员们将与这座麻辣的千年古都碰撞出怎样的火花？而大运会又将为成都留下哪些宝贵的记忆和遗产呢？今天我们要对话的嘉宾是国际大体联代理主席雷诺·艾德，我们一起在对话中寻找答案。
President Eide, it was a great pleasure having you with us on Leaders Talk. July the 28th is the big day where the world's attention focuses on the grand opening of the World University Games. So as the acting president of FISU, how does it feel for this long-awaited moment to finally be here? So is it nervousness? Is it overwhelming? What is it?
It's really overwhelming and everybody's excited. You know, during the pandemic we had to postpone the games and then we had to postpone again a second time, and so we are really very grateful to the people of Chengdu, the organizing committee, because to keep the motivation so high to organize such a big event, which is not only a sport event, it's a cultural event, it's an educational event, and expecting the President of the People's Republic of China coming here on the 28th for the opening ceremony. This is just amazing, and we are really looking forward to this moment. Everybody wanted this game, everybody needs this game, and everybody is ready for these games.
Well, you have said that you are more than convinced that Chengdu is ready to host a great game. So we're really curious to know, where does this assurance and confidence come from?
Well, first of all, we had sent some teams to work here from FISU, to cooperate with the organizing committee. Then on a regular basis, since 5 years already, or even more, we have received the progress reports during the executive committee meetings. And the Federation of University Sports in China, the government of China, all the people working in the organizing committee, they are really reliable to us. And we have such a good experience from the past. So there was no doubt that also the organizing committee of Chengdu will deliver excellent games. And we could see it already during the HOD meeting in spring this year, when many delegations came. They were so excited to see about the preparations. We will see very, very soon, starting on 28th with the opening, and then the competition starts. And I'm really convinced, based not only on the past, but also on the present, that everybody and everything will be very, very smooth and very friendly and very excellent organized.
Well, the game here in Chengdu is called the 31st World University Games, right? And actually, you've been involved since the 12th Games. So we want to know, what do you think are some of the distinctive edges that made the games here in Chengdu truly stand out?
The motto of the games is Chengdu makes your dreams come true. Of course, previous host cities also had some very nice slogans and motto, but I do believe now also with the green city, the environment, all the protection of environment, the sustainability, these were questions that we didn't treat some 20 years ago. There was just a sporting event. Of course, a big event with excellent sport competitors, excellent student athletes. And of course, we also had some educational events like the World Conference. But here now, it's really an entire project covering culture, covering sport, covering education, and especially also covering a big legacy. Nowadays, whether it's the IOC, the international federations, whether it's FISU, we just cannot organize just a sport event. The citizen would ask, what remains for us, for the universities, for the citizens, for the country, for the region? And that's why I think the Chengdu Games, with the entire concept of the planification, is a really unique one, and I believe that we will be very successful.
成都第31届世界大学生夏季运动会是我国西部地区首次举办综合性国际体育赛事。未来12天，来自世界各地的近万名大学生运动员将在这里涌起蓬勃的青春力量，展开激烈角逐。这片巴山蜀水将成为他们逐梦的地方。
My dream here? Yeah. Well, a gold medal, of course.
It's first big competition for me. Where I come for medals, gold medal maybe.
The World University Games, it's like Olympic Games, small version, but it's just wow for a sportsman like me. Just a good opportunity.
It's more friendly, like people talking and get friendships. It's not really to get gold medal, you have to win. That's not the point in that kind of competition. That's what I think.
Play as hard as hard as we can, and play to the best of our abilities, and then we'll see how far that takes us.
As you just mentioned, the motto of the Chengdu Games is making dreams come true. We all know the University Games, they are the birthplace of many world-renowned athletes, from Liu Xiang to Michael Johnson to Larry Bird among them, right? So now with so many young athletes who are eager to follow the footprints of those legendary stars, what do you think is the key to make their dreams come true, just as the motto suggests?
Some of them are already well developed in their sporting skills. Some others are on the way to get a world-class athlete. And the pressure in the World University Games, the pressure from the media, the pressure from the society is not that high if you compare with Olympic Games or World Championships. That's why a lot of these young athletes, they would like to learn through these multi-sport games, like Youth Olympic Games, like World University Games. This is one step on the way to future career for these athletes.
So the preparation work of Chengdu have been highly evaluated by FISU and also by different delegations. What do you think are some of the unique factors as well as impressive experiences throughout this journey?
Well, first of all, I do believe that the venues, the facilities that you have renovated or newly built, they are outstanding. They are state of the art. So, you know, all our technical delegates, and we have technical delegates from FISU, but also technical delegates from the international federations, they come here for inspection visit. They evaluated everything. So the head of delegations, they really saw that the preparations were on a very high level, and the organizing committee was ready to welcome all the delegations and to meet the standards of the international federations, because we as FISU, we follow the international regulations from the federations concerned. We have 18 sports, and if we do swimming, we cannot do swimming differently than the international swimming federations. The referees, the judges, the rules and regulations completely followed. And again, the venues were fantastic, and the people here were so eager to learn, to see what is such a big sport event. One of the legacies of these games is also you host the World Games in 25 in Chengdu. So all the people from organizing committee, the learnings, the transfer of knowledge can be used for events in the future, whether it's multi-sport event or single sport events. And this is also a big advantage. And I really admire the willingness, the readiness of all the people here, starting from the volunteers to the top leaders, that to deliver really top-class, world-class games.
Well, the city of Chengdu not only aims to provide a world-class game or exceptional sporting event, but also want all the delegates, all the participants to have a chance to immerse themselves with the city's vibrant culture and culinary delights. And I know you have said that tea houses, the traditional buildings, the Chengdu research base of giant panda breeding will all become unforgettable experiences. So how do you like Chengdu, and did you get a chance to savor the spiciness, particularly of the city?
Well, when I was here for the first time during the HOD meeting, organized some visits for us, like the Panda Research Center, and this is just amazing. And I know from so many students and officials coming here from more than 100 countries, all of them would like to go there and to see that. So be ready that hundreds and hundreds of students would like to go there. And of course I learned also the very special spicy food from here, but I must be very honest, I'm not very much used to spicy food, so I am a bit careful with that. So I try just a little bit because my stomach is not used to that. But the cultural event, the cultural elements of the games is very important because most of the students have never been in China before. It's their first experience to come here. That's why we encourage them to get in touch with the volunteers, to meet the citizens. This is part of the FISU philosophy: education, culture and sport. Go to talk to people. Use the opportunity to meet not only other students from other countries, but also the citizens. If you have a chance to meet with them, talk to them, try to speak with them. A lot of Chinese, they speak excellent English language. They have so many other languages they learn, so it's easy to communicate, and this is a very important part of the games as well.
Well, speaking of the giant panda, I think we have to mention the star mascot Rongbao. And you're so lucky, Mr. Eder, because you not only get to see the mascot, but also got up close with the archetype, the giant panda Sesame, which Rongbao is based on. How does it like?
The age of 8 months, they played together and then they were separated. And it's so interesting. I think I took hundreds of photos to show to my grandchildren. And they said, please bring some souvenirs, bring some pandas back home, of course not living one.
You did buy lots of souvenirs of Rongbao for your grandkids back in April, right?
I did.
So how do they react to those lovely and adorable friends?
I do believe that the panda is the animal which is the most popular all over the world. Of course, we have some other animals which are very popular, but the panda, they really liked it, and I brought some more, I bought some more, I received as a gift so many, and my son even said, so stop now because there's too many in our house, but there are so many children around in my neighborhood, and they are very, very happy to receive a panda because it's a whole history behind it. And you know, nowadays it's also to prevent our nature, to take care of the nature of the animals. This is a real important goal which we have to care about. And if the children see that some of the animals could die, could disappear from our world, that's why we have to take care of them. And why not with some small souvenirs? Then they get to know it, and sooner or later they would like to see the living pandas, and they will come as a tourist to Chengdu. So this is also a legacy of the games, to attract people from all over the world. And nowadays in the social media you will see our students, they post so many things. They promote Chengdu, they promote the games, they promote the panda, and this will attract more people to come.
欢迎大家来到成都。Welcome to Chengdu.
在本届大运会上，荣宝不仅化身为纪念品，还化身为机器人。在生活服务方面，大运村还配备了能够双臂拉花的咖啡机器人，以及新一代 AI 翻译系统。这个系统采用全球领先的人工智能技术，可提供83种语言在线互译、文本转换和语音合成服务。乒乓球桌前，机器人的一只机械手臂稳稳举着乒乓球拍，给运动员喂出漂亮的发球。这些都是智慧大运理念的体现。成都大运会采用了很多前沿科技，从筹办到开幕，从场馆建设到设备服务，共计170多个高新制造深入比赛场馆、大运村等空间，为办赛、参赛、观赛提供科技支撑，让赛事体验充满了科技感和趣味性。
One special feature about this game is the application of some of the cutting-edge technologies ranging from 5G to cloud computing to artificial intelligence, etc., all with the aim to create a smart game. So what do you make of those new developments?
Well, first of all, today I made a funny experience here in the media center because there is also to play table tennis against the computer. I completely failed. I completely failed. But I have to train. No, nowadays there's so much in technology.
Right.
And who, if not FISU and our members from the universities, they have very close link to the science to the research. So this is the best place to learn, to exchange the experience and to see how this intelligence and these modern technologies can be involved also in the development of university sports, but also in the development of city development of sport itself, you know, and I think this will be the future. And if we already compare our generation with the young students, it's a completely different world, completely.
What is unique about the University Games is that it brings together sport and academia. Well, for those student athletes, they not only perform sports at a very high level, but also engaging in intellectual pursuits. With that in mind, how do you think the model of FISU, which is excellence in mind and body, can be further enhanced and embraced?
I believe that this brand, excellence in mind and body, exactly tells us that we have to focus on the dual career. If somebody just practice sport from a young age as a professional, what she or he will do if the career ends, if she's injured or something happens, there's nothing behind. Or somebody who just study has nothing behind. We need a healthy lifestyle, we need mental health, we need some exercise, but not all the students, of course, can be top sport, elite sport people. But nevertheless, we promote the dual career, so excellence in mind and body, and I really must acknowledge if students focus on their study time and in the same time they develop their sports skills and get high-ranked athletes. This is really exceptional, and that's why from the academic side we have to make sure that these students get a chance to go on the both way. Develop their academic skills, develop their sporting skills, and get the leaders of tomorrow.
Well, you have said that China is one of the countries that you have visited the most. You told me that's about 25 times, and especially came to Beijing and Shenzhen for the University Games. So what are some of the major changes you have witnessed through all those years, especially in terms of people's fitness and health, given that has become a national strategy now?
My first visit was in 1985. We had
I wasn't born at that time.
Yeah. It's such a long time ago, but we had the games in Kobe, Japan. And then the Swiss delegation, we offered 3 programs for the students after the games, whether it's a visit in Japan, or going back home, or coming to China. In '85, there was not so many Western people allowed to come to China. So I was one. We visited several beautiful places like Guilin. I don't know if I pronounce correctly.
You pronounce it perfectly. All those mountains and hills over the waters, right?
So I will never forget that. We visited some other cities, but when we were walking around the environment, around the hotel, so Chinese watched on us and they came, approached us, and maybe 2-3 people could understand a bit English. Of course, at that time, I think people did not have the chance to practice so many different sports. And nowadays, the education is different. They have the chance to practice sport.
Right.
I see with these programs, the national programs for healthy lifestyle, for practicing exercise, doing some sports. This has changed a lot, and I believe that this is the right way also for the Chinese population to face the future, because we need healthy people, mental healthy people, to focus on the future and to overcome the challenges that we all have in all the countries.
Over the years, Chinese President Xi Jinping has advocated for the coordinated development of academic studies and physical exercises among the younger generation. And he also emphasized that sports are an important indicator of social development and human progress. So what is your take on the significance of President Xi's vision?
I do believe we are very lucky that with our program from FISU, Healthy Campus, we are completely in line with the philosophy of President Xi Jinping, because now we develop for the university students and the university societies, like professors, employees, this Healthy Campus program. And already 4 or 5 Chinese universities are part of this program. They will receive the label in these days during the World Conference. And I believe that we focus not only on sports, we focus on nutrition, on mental health and all these kind of things is completely in line with the program of President Xi Jinping, and I'm 100% convinced this will help to develop the Chinese society, all the citizens, and you have facilities, you have all the means to really focus on this program. I can only congratulate and hope that as many people as possible from the Chinese population will follow this advice and follow this program.
As you mentioned, one of the challenges faced by almost all the host cities of those games is how to make full use of those venues after the games are concluded. Well, the city of Chengdu has made preparation and planning at a very early age. For instance, many venues will be open to the public, and some accommodations will be repurposed as university dormitories, and this very specific and grand media center will be transformed into a library open to local community. So what is your take on the efforts made by China in the sustained legacy use of those venues?
Well, I saw really a strong legacy, and for FISU also it's very important that we, as I said before, not just have the sport games during 10 days, and I do believe that this was done exemplary here in Chengdu. 99% will be behind these games because they see the benefit for the society, for the citizens, for the country, for the sport events, but also for educational parts, for the universities. It's just a win-win situation.
Well, China Media Group sent a team of 2,500 people here, as well as some state-of-the-art technology. Some are being employed for the very first time. So what are your expectations for the coverage and broadcasting by China Media Group?
Well, first of all, I'm very glad and very grateful that so many media people from the People's Republic of China will come here and cover the games, because you will cover everything, not only the sport, also some side stories with athletes. And this helps also the young athletes to be promoted for their future career towards Olympic Games, towards World Championships, etc.
You've been with FISU for over 3 decades. I think that's a wealth of experience. So what are some of the major changes do you think that have been transformed or taking place in terms of the developments in the World Games? And how do you make sure that this game, after so many years of development, is still relevant in the ever-changing landscape that we'll face now?
Well, I do believe not only some sports, the regulations have changed. Also, if you compare it previous years, we didn't have so many competitions for female athletes. Now the policy must be the same range of competitions for both female and male athletes. And I think we are on a very good way there. Of course, to look into the future, how could we develop together with the international federations the format of our games? How can we attract also more spectators to our games? And this might be a chance also through the games here in Chengdu.
Mr. Eder, you've been in the sports field for many decades. And we're curious to know, what are your fitness routine like? Do you go to the gym, or do you exercise on a regular basis?
Well, when I was younger, of course, I practiced different sports, several sports on a competitive level, but not on a top level, on a regional level in Switzerland. But now to keep fit, you know, I cannot talk about healthy campus and eat like crazy and don't do anything. So I can tell you...
You have to talk the talk, but also walk the walk, huh?
Absolutely. We have to be an example. We have to be a role model, even in our age. So at home, I always use my bicycle. It's an e-bike, I must say, but every day I go by bicycle the 12 kilometers to the university where I have my office. 12 kilometers one way, 12 kilometers back.
That's going to be 24 kilometers per day.
Per day.
Wow.
If it's not rainy, like heavily rain, then I don't take it. Then I take the public bus. And
you can ride a bike here to the stadium.
I could do that. This is a good idea.
What do you want people to understand or to explore through these games? And after the games, what kind of remarks do you want the game to leave on the city of Chengdu?
I'll give you a little example from the museum of the FISU Museum, which was created here in Chengdu. And the same will happen with all the venues, you know. And this is really a great achievement of the people here. they will have so much legacy after the games, and I can only again congratulate the organizing committee and the citizens of Chengdu that they stand behind these games, because they will benefit in the future tremendous, enormous from these games, and I wish them all the best, and I really hope that they, after the games, that they say it was worth bidding for the games, it was worth waiting, the postponement, overcoming the pandemic, because we witnessed a unique opportunity, fantastic games, unique chance to see the young generations coming from more than 100 countries to our city, to Chengdu. Chengdu makes dreams come true, also for the citizens of Chengdu, for the media people, for everybody. I wish them all the best and good luck. The hospitality of the people, the friendliness of the people, the perfect organization, the readiness to talk to the people, to communicate, the openness, really. This, I am 100% sure, people traveling back home, they will bring these memories back home. And at the end, maybe they think, I also competed here. This is the reason why I came here, but I will go back with much more experience, much wider experience, more richness than before.
Mr. Eder, it was a great pleasure talking to you. Thank you for joining us today. We all look forward to have a spectacular games and also have a great time here in Chengdu.
Thank you so much. It was a great honor and pleasure to be here with you for this interview, but of course also to be here for the second time. I really enjoy to be in Chengdu. I thank you so much.
Thank you.
谢谢。
在与艾德先生的交谈过程当中，我们可以感受到他对于体育的热爱，对于成都大运会的信心。他说，大运会不光是青年运动员体育竞技的舞台，更是增进交流、凝聚世界合力的纽带。我们也祝福每一位运动员都能够在充满魅力的成都享受比赛，收获友谊，成就梦想。感谢您收看本期的高端访谈，我是邹韵，我们下期再会。